Hi, it's Janet here from Green Urban Living, and today I thought I'd take you on a very quick tour around my garden in summer. Down here I'm growing water chestnuts. I'm just using some old glazed pots that I had, and this one here is a plastic pot, so what I've done is I've used a double layer of rubbish bags, filled them up with really rich compost and manure and water, and planted the water chestnuts in there. Up here is my main veggie garden. And I'm growing an assortment of summer crops: corn, beans, tomatoes, spring onions, some summer cabbages, lots of lettuce, and lots of silver beet and things like that for the chickens. My gardens are all round shape, and the reason for that is it gives you a long edge, so you can walk right around your vegetable garden and then reach in to pick your vegetables without actually having to stand on the soil and compact it. So I call them my crop circles. I've got a path here that winds in between the crop circles, and what I do with that is I mulch it with reused coffee grounds or recycled coffee grounds that I get from our local cafe, and that actually helps deter slugs and snails because they don't like the taste of the coffee. Also it smells really nice when it's raining. This is just a little portable mini glass house that I made out of recycled window frame, and I've got my eggplants growing in there just to give them a little bit of extra heat. And I'm growing lots of sunflowers all around the garden. Not only do they look lovely, but they attract the pollinators such as honeybees and bumblebees. You can grow runner beans up their tough stalk, and then when they're finished flowering I feed the seeds to my chickens. These are my chickens here in their chicken dome, and so this dome is the same dimension as my crop circles, and so my chickens do all my gardening for me. I do all the fun things like raising seedlings, planting out the seedlings, and of course harvesting and eating them, and they do everything else. So they do all my weeding, all my pest control, all my mulching, all my fertilising. They move on to the crop circle once I've harvested my crops, and they stay on it for about 3 weeks. And in that time they basically just devour everything that's green. I throw in all our lawnmower clippings, our kitchen scraps, even the dust from our vacuum cleaner bags. And what they do is they mulch it and they eat it and they turn it into beautiful rich compost. So my chickens live in this dome year round. They've got a lawnmower catcher here to lay their eggs in, and they roost up here at night. There's a tarpaulin over the top which gives them protection from cold wind and rain, and they've been on this crop circle for about 3 weeks, so they're nearly due to be moved off onto the next one. And as you see, they've created beautiful rich organic matter. They're allowed to be chickens, they're allowed to scratch and dig and make dust baths, and they get lots of fresh garden areas too, so there's not a huge build up of smells and flies in winter. I just use a milk bottle container as a watering container, and also this is a little grit container here, which is just a little plastic bottle with a side cut out with a grit in there. So they're very happy in there. If they're not on the garden bed, they're just being moved around the lawn. Here's just some runner beans that I'm growing up there. Some more sunflowers and grape that I grow along that back wall because that's north facing, so it gets really, really nice and warm. And just some potatoes and other little bits and pieces. As you see, my planting is really higgly-piggly, and that's on purpose, believe it or not. It's to help just stop all your insects like your cabbage white butterflies zoning in and all your brassicas and things like that. So there you have it, just a very quick tour around my summer garden here in Hawke's Bay, New Zealand.